Okay, so I'm getting this energy of something was bound to happen. Okay, you could have been you. Okay, it's this energy like something being bound. Something was bound to happen. It's like a matter of time that you knew it was gonna happen. This is about something being I don't know why I'm getting like a closed circle, like a closed. I don't know. It feels like something is your energy or your time is off limits. There's just like a lot of there's been a lot of projection energy on you, a lot of projection about, I'm hearing specifically a cousin, I'm hearing like somebody family, and this could be your family too, or just certain people in your family. I'm getting the word riddles. Okay, somebody ghosting somebody, a lot of gossip, but it was like something was bound to happen. I'm getting like almost like a fairy tale, because it was like there comes a time, like there's once upon a time, there comes a time. There's about to be a lot. You're about to get a lot of offers, a lot of job opportunities. But this is just giving me with that closed circle, like there's a lot of, like, spirit is tying up a lot of loose ends so that you can have this new cycle. For a lot of y'all, this is energy of you about you getting something new, okay? And it's like something about you being afraid, somebody being afraid a little, and maybe you being afraid a lot, okay? A lot of people can be afraid of your goals. Like, you know how, for instance, right? Like, you can have a goal that you're attaining, and because and for some of you, this is your spiritual, like, you're spiritual. So you're attaining some type of quality of life through spiritual guidance and healing. And so for your family, this is very foreign, right? And because it's very foreign to your family, they were afraid for you to grow. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, and you could see it that way, right? Because you're like, damn, well, everybody projecting all this negative energy at me and all this stuff. And it was like, well, that was the test and the trial that spirit was having you go through. Well, rather grow through, right? And so I just keep hearing, I'm afraid a little, you're afraid a lot. It's something about people being afraid. And I feel like specifically this could be tied into two people being afraid. Being afraid of your multi-purpose gifts. Being afraid that you're tapped into the divine. Being afraid like somebody basically trying to keep you stuck in a cycle or in this confinement of just, oh, you can only go this far with your spiritual gift. You can only go do this much. And it's because, people being afraid of your potential. So it's like they try to keep you small or dumb you down. Or it's like, I'm just trying to keep you safe. I'm just trying to keep you safe. It's like people feeling like they are supposed to be your savior some kind of way. I'm looking at the initials KBJ5599. Okay, so there was you've experienced a lot of changes, and through these changes, it's allowing you to close out major cycles, major endings, I'm hearing major gaps are closing. The gaps in terms of the window, it's like the gaps are closing, the window is closing, the timing is getting near, like the timing is about to be perfect. You're in alignment. Something is about to pop off. Something about to happen. Something about to pop off. It's like you were always bound for this. I'm hearing like, I always knew you could do it. I always knew you could do it. It's almost giving me this energy like you will have people coming back into your life like, oh yeah, I always knew that you was gonna do that, or I always knew that you was gonna, you know what I'm saying? That promise, or like for instance, like it could be this energy of like the promise that spirit gave you that you were going to be fulfilled in your life in whatever aspect. People was like, oh yeah, I always knew that you was going to do that. I always knew that was going to happen for you. It's like people trying to come back now. Hold on. People always knew that you was going to, like, people, I don't know, I'm hearing people could always thought that you was going to come back. But it's something about you getting to like your rightful place. Something about ownership here. Like you were always going to attain something. You were always going to have this high level of impact. And now people are like, oh yeah, I always believed in you. I always knew you was going to do that. I always knew you was going to be great. I'm getting like an auntie, a cousin, I'm picking up on the name Michelle too. Like, oh, I always knew you was going to be great. I always knew. It's like now they want to come back and kiss your ass because they see your spiritual growth. And for a lot of you, this is just people finally seeing like, a lot of people just had the story wrong about you. There was a lot of misguidance and mistrust in terms of what you were capable of. But now they see your growth. Okay, now they see it. And so now they're like, oh yeah, I always knew it. I always knew you was going to do it. I always knew you was going to get big. I always knew you was going to travel far. I always knew you were destined for great things. But the issue is like, where was that support when you needed it the most? And it reminds me of a post that I seen today on YouTube where it was like, God, the Most High, used your family kind of like to trick you into this place where you had to, picking up on the word asunder, right? Where you feel like maybe you were kind of trickling down, but all of it was doing was gearing you up and gassing you up and motivating you and building you and creating this monster and this beast in you to be able to travel far, go far, do things that other people never imagined possible. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to say now, oh, I believe in you. But at the time when you was going through what you was going through, and this could even be now in this moment, they weren't there. They weren't there. And it's like now that you're getting there, you're climbing them stumbling blocks, those blocks that they almost like created for you. You're using them same blocks to climb, and it's taking you to levels that you never dreamed of, to heights that you never dreamed of. Keep praying, keep being intentional